Okay, press the live button. We are live. And with that, good evening, Bobcat Nation. Welcome to another edition of the Bobcat Blitz. We have a special edition. We are coming to you live from the Preserve, where tonight we are going to have a soon-to-be alumni edition of our college athlete signees. No coaches, just the newly graduated, about to be graduated seniors. We've been looking forward to this episode for a long time here, and taking us out the whole way, our host, Mr. John Raleigh.
How are you guys doing tonight? We're super excited about this because we've got athletes that are going to be coming through. Hopefully, several of them this evening, and we'll keep this going as long as we can. Come around this way, CJ. And so we've got our very first guest. I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell us what sports he played.
My name is Anthony Strong. I'm committed to Missouri Valley. I play defensive end.
So Missouri Valley, are you ready for that?
I am ready for it.
So what does it feel like to have gone through high school here and then sign and be heading off to college?
It feels great because we had like a rough start my first 3 years, and like the growth we've been through as a team, it just feels great to move on to the next level.
And so that camaraderie, do you feel like it's been built differently now?
It does feel different now.
So winning does have some influence in that, I'm sure.
Yes, it makes the game more fun, more enjoyable.
And so what did you learn this year over last year and the year before?
This year I learned how to lead better and like just overall better at football.
So stay right there for a minute on the leadership side. When you talk about leading, what does that mean to you?
Usually it's like someone that can just come out like on a Monday with energy and just get the team riled up and just go.
So you lead and have them follow what you're doing, right?
Yes, sir.
So do you take young guys under your wing?
I do. I have quite a few.
So how important was that for you to feel that side of it?
I mean, it feels good because they're the future. So getting them good now is going to be good for the future.
And so if you go on to the next level, or when you go on to the next level, what do you think that the last year here is going to push you into next year?
Just really like competing. Like last year we was competing more, and this year and going to college I'll be competing at that level.
And so how are your grades? We always ask that.
I have all A's and B's for the last quarter.
How about that? So you've come up with some different challenges, I'm sure, with this team that you had this year. What's the number one challenge that you guys have overcome this year that you haven't in the past?
The cancer in the locker room.
Oh, all right. So stay right there because there's something to be said about the locker room side of things. When you say cancer in the locker room, explain that to people.
Just like bad attitudes and like stuff like that. Not really being a part of a team, more of individuals. It was a lot more team play this year.
And so you could see that and feel it?
You got 100%.
And how do you think that was developed by the coaches?
It was like we brought in new coaches, and we wanted to change. We changed our weightlifting program along new coaches. Like last spring, you could tell we was a different team than the year before.
And do you think the weight room had something to do with that too?
It does. From fall to spring, whoever steps up, that's how the team's going to be.
And so how many years have you been playing football?
I've been playing since third grade.
Third grade. That's a long career already. And how do you take care of your body?
Really, I just stretch.
Stretch? So are you doing anything extra during the off season to prepare?
Off season, it's just average lifting and stretching. You lift more.
So do you lift heavier during the off season?
Yes.
Why is that?
Because like you don't gotta worry about hurting your body as much. Because during season you have to lift to stay warm. Off season you're lifting to build more muscle.
So there is a difference there, right?
Yes.
So you're not like really lifting to get even more sore,
Yeah.
right? You're building that in the off season.
Yes.
And then you're kind of maintaining and keeping your athletic abilities higher, right? With the stretching and all that stuff.
Yes.
So I did a lot of track and cross country, and we did a lot of football off the field, street ball.
Yeah.
you play any street ball?
Every once in a while we do.
Yeah.
I mainly play basketball inside school.
No, well, that's still another sport where you're running, you're kind of working things out. So how are you feeling at basketball?
I feel like I'm pretty good at it.
So is that something you're going to continue to do along with football?
On like the outside, yeah, but not for like a team or anything.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, sports is supposed to first off be enjoyable, and you'll find that out as you get older. You know, us old guys, we like to enjoy the sports now. Where we were competitive before, you guys are competitive now. What's the competitive edge in your mindset that you bring to the game?
I just feel better than everyone else. Like winning, it just feels great.
And so when you're winning, it's a good thing. Let's talk about the losing side. You do learn from losing.
Yes.
You really do. And there is a quality that comes with that, with losing, because you've got to transition. And you talked about that in the locker room, talked about that with coaches. All those things being said, when you're doing the transition from a loss, just one loss, or even a bad game you may have had, what changes in your head?
Really, I go back, I watch film on a Saturday morning, and then like see what I could have done better in the game.
So you really break it down.
Yeah.
Coaches help you do that.
Yes.
And do you highlight those things amongst each other, or is it one-on-one?
Usually if you see yourself as an individual thing, but then like on a Monday morning we'll come in and watch film.
And then to get the whole overview, right, on everybody. So everybody kind of has to endure the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? Is that different this year than it was last year?
Yeah, we definitely watched a lot more film as a team and individuals.
And so you feel like you've gotten more out of the experience?
Yes.
Very good, very good. What could we do better here at Northport as far as football? Maybe fan wise, or you know.
I mean, more fans is always a good thing. You hear it feels good. But lately, we've been getting stronger as a team. Like they look good now.
And yeah, and you're seeing next year's group. Any special things that you see out of next year's group now?
Amazing growth. They look strong. It's the strongest team they've ever been in like a hot minute.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Even more so than yours?
Yes.
Very cool. So we've got. You have any questions, Sean?
Oh, I've got 1,000 questions. All right, let's go to the college process on how you got noticed by your college team. When did you get that feeling that you got enough to get you into college? Where did that process start in your mind? I want to take it to the next level. How am I going to get there? Who's going to help me get there? Can you walk us through that a little bit?
Well, at first, I was just DMing a bunch of coaches through Twitter. But how I found Missouri Valley is the coach was with us over summer, and he's good friends with our coaches still. And so I'm blessed to have that opportunity to go up there with them.
So you say their coach
Here
has
over summer.
connections with Northport.
Yes, sir.
How did that happen? Do you know? Were they friends or?
He came over here over summer as the defensive line coach and defensive coordinator to help, and they just stayed in contact. And I had a good enough season for him to notice me.
Can you go back in your mind? I know you're probably 17 or 18 now. The very first time you touched the football, when you were yay big, did you think you're gonna make it to college?
I didn't think that at all. I was just playing football because I was just big as a kid.
Where'd you first play? Were you in Florida?
Yeah, I played for the Mustangs all years.
Excellent. And then how about your high school experience? Did you play all 4 years here at Northport?
Yeah, I played all 4 years.
Yeah.
Defensive end?
Yeah.
The whole time?
The whole time.
Awesome.
A little bit of tight end and long snapping.
All right.
Tackle for a couple of games too.
So you finished your senior year as a defensive end.
Yes.
Or line launcher. Did you play any other positions this year?
I played tight end for the second half of the year and long snap too.
Oh, long snap. Okay. They gonna hit you for long snapper at Missouri?
I think I have like a tryout for it.
Excellent. I think I saw somewhere that we're gonna have a long snapper as our guest speaker at our upcoming tea party for our golf fundraiser. So it's a pretty important position to have on a team.
Yeah, it's very overlooked as a position.
Go back to your youth. Did your family say, hey, whatever goes, we're going to see how you like it. We're gonna see if you want to go to college. What were you thinking back then?
I really started playing Madden with my uncle, and then he was like I was always a tall kid, and that's how I got into it. My first year, I wasn't really good. They threw me on the defensive line, just had me eat up blocks. But then once I learned how to play football, it got real fun.
Yeah.
Just I was just big and could use it against other people.
So the coach came down to see you, liked what he saw. Have they talked to you about the next level? Because look behind you. 2 days from now, you're no longer under the guidance of these teachers, these coaches, these academic expectations. You got to go to the next level now. Have they told you what's next for you? They're expecting from you?
Yeah, they have. I went for a visit. There's a camp in June. It's like a week long. It's just gonna be a preview of what's gonna happen over August when we actually get into it.
And coursework wise, they tell you about tutors, you be studying.
Yeah, I already have all my classes signed up, applied for my dorm, ready for it.
How does it feel sitting so close to the graduation stage?
It's weird.
Yeah. You got a family coming out to see you?
I do. My grandpa's coming down from Brooksville.
From Brooksville. Wow. That's pretty cool. Why don't you come out here? That'd be a nice, good vibe for you to see this. Set up for Thursday. You're transitioning to adulthood here in terms of it's a business. It's no longer a sport. It's a business.
Yeah, it feels good to graduate on the field because that's where I've been. That's what motivated me to do good in school was the field.
Excellent.
A little backdrop to it.
So
I'm good.
All right. So I appreciate your time, man. Thank you so much. And thanks for being the first guest. That's the hardest part, coming out first. Go on to college and do well.
thank you.
We're proud of you. All right. Congratulations.
And make sure you come back and say hi to us little people.
Absolutely.
I
Come
will.
back to Florida. Come see us at the press box. Find us on our show. We always want alumni on our show to tell your experience.
And you can even call in. You can do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Give us an update. Let us know how you're doing.
Awesome.
We'll send
One
you
more
a
time.
link.
One more time. A name and school. Give it a nice shout here.
Anthony Sterling. I'm committed to Missouri Valley College.
Looks like the Vikings.
The Vikings.
Orange and blue Vikings.
Can you believe that? You're going to have to change that around, aren't you?
Yep.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate
Good
it.
job.
Good job.
Thank you.
DJ.
Good job, man. All right. While we're transitioning to our next guest, guys, we're still not done with the show. We're going to have one more episode next week. It's going to be our wrap-up
Pretty good.
season year finale. And believe it or not, Northport High School Athletics is still not done. We have track and field state this Saturday. And then next Friday, the final event of the athletic calendar, we're going to have our spring game here on the preserve. The next generation, or I should say the next varsity team coming in, they'll be taking on Island Cup with the 7 o'clock game. So,
Anthony said they were the strongest.
this one coming up,
Yep.
is he just being nice or does he mean it?
I think he means it.
Yeah, 100%. All right. All right, our next guest. I think John knows this one here. I'll go ahead and let him introduce himself.
I do. So I've known CJ. I think you were smaller than this when I met you. So you might have been above my knees when we first met because your dad was a wrestling coach here at the high school and had Michael. So you remember Michael, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your golf experience here at the high school.
So I've been golfing for 4 years. I've had 2 different coaches. I've had Tom Mayer for my first 3 years and Jay Denton my senior year.
What did you accomplish in your golf career here at Northport?
I mean, I have like some of like the low rounds of our high school. I was MVP all 4 years on my team. And I feel like we've gotten a lot better throughout these 4 years that I've been here.
So did you learn a lot playing golf?
Yeah.
What did you learn at golf that translated over into education?
A lot of things like when you have a bad hole or bad day, you just have to kind of get over it.
Kind of look past it, right?
Yeah.
You know, these are tough questions because you don't know what we're going to ask you, do you?
No.
This is the beauty in this whole thing. So right-handed?
Yeah.
Can you drive the ball?
Yes.
How far?
Probably like 280.
280.
Yeah.
All right. And what's your goal there? How far do you want to drive it?
I just want to hit it straight.
Straight. Well, how consistent are you on that?
That's probably my worst part of my game right now.
Okay.
Off the tee, hitting it straight.
But you had to adjust to that game too.
Yeah.
So you have a slice or draw,
I mean,
or it depends.
it depends.
It does.
Yeah.
So you call it golf, I call it chasing because I
Yeah.
chase the ball everywhere.
Yeah.
But everybody has to adjust to their game, right?
Mhm.
And the reason you keep low rounds is you kind of keep a cool head.
Yeah, you just keep grinding. Like, you have a bad hole or you hit a bad shot, you just have to get over it. Like, you have 18 holes. Like, you're out there for 4.5 hours. You're going to have a bad hole. You're going to have to wait for someone. Like, something happens every time.
So having two different coaches, talk about that experience too, because a lot of kids don't have two different coaches over 4
Yeah.
years. But can you talk about that and how things
Yeah.
changed?
So we had Tom our first 3 years. He was a PGA professional. He works over at Plantation, which is in Venice, close to here. And he was a great coach. He taught me a lot, like mental side of the game and like just how to get over your bad holes and stuff. And then I had Jay my last year, who he's a great swing coach. He's actually worked with Nelly Corda, who was like she's on the women's tour right now, winning like every event. And he works at IMG, and he's just a great swing coach, great mental coach, and really prepares us for our tournaments.
Talk about the mental side because there is something to be said about that. Because you had some good technique the first 3 years.
Yeah.
How did that mental approach change your game?
So it's almost I just need to be looser, like with my swing. Like I can't try and like place the ball. Like you just have to swing. You're, like our coach Jay tells us, you're swinging the golf club. You're not hitting the ball.
Wow, maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. I'm hitting the ball.
Yeah.
So that philosophy, that change, did you see that change your score?
Yes. Especially it helped me off the tee a lot. Just focusing on making a good swing instead of where the ball's going.
So is off the tee the hardest thing for you to do?
I believe so. Yeah.
So you got some work to do there.
Yeah.
And what school are you going to go to?
Oh, Weber International.
Are they known for golf?
Not really.
So you're going to make them known for golf?
I'm gonna hope so.
Yeah. Well, listen, there's no other better time than now, right? Weber, where's it at?
Like 30 minutes south of Orlando, like an hour south of Orlando.
Nice. What else are you going to take in school? What's going to be your major?
Business finance.
So you like that?
I think yeah, it's where the money is.
That's a good start, right?
Yeah.
So you've got a little bit of time left here. See the platform out here and your graduation. Are you excited about that?
Of course.
Done with high school, right?
Yeah.
So, Sean, you got any questions?
Of course I do. See,
No, he does.
You know I do. Hey, so let's talk about the same question I asked earlier. The college experience. How did you get to the college level here? What got the coaches on your radar?
So I don't know. This coach reached out to my coach junior year and wanted me to come out and play with their players. So I went out there. I played with them. I liked the atmosphere and everything. So it's in Florida. The weather will be nice all year round. So that's kind of how I made my decision.
So they knew about you as a junior.
Yeah.
Wow. So I wonder how the word got out at the junior level. That's pretty impressive.
Actually, I played in a AJGA event, and their home course is Deer Run and Sebring.
Okay.
So he saw me playing out there, and then he contacted my coach.
So people don't know where Sebring is. Very famous for a race. 12 hours of Sebring or 24 hours of Sebring. I know that area. Very beautiful area, by the way, on Highway 27. College experience. Have you been out there yet to talk to them about the next level?
Yeah.
Grades,
I've toured the campus like a couple times. The coach had me out there, showed me like the dorms. I met all the players and everything. So
it's not a surprise then. Because a lot of academic kids the first time they see in college after they've been admitted is the first time they show up, and it's a big surprise. So
Yeah.
two athletes in a row now, John. They've already been introduced. They've had the conversations. They've had that talk. What's your team like in terms of size for college? I don't know what college golf is all about.
I think we have about 12 players. Most of them are from other countries. Like, I think there's only 3 kids on our team from the United States.
Wow. And all 12 play in the meet, or is it like the best 8, or how's
It's
that work?
I guess I'll find out. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Good answer. Good answer.
Now,
you got to kind of earn your way in, though, don't you?
I think I'll be up there.
There you go.
Oh, that's good. So, how many matches do you have in a college golf season? Obviously, more than one.
I don't know the answer to that.
Oh my goodness. Well, these are things you need to learn before you show up, right?
Like, we play in matches, but it's kind of like 18 holes, and you're traveling for them. Like, you're not home pretty much ever for them.
They're all over the country.
Yeah, our team, they made it to nationals as a team.
Oh wow.
So I'm pretty sure they're playing at TPC Deer Run. Not sure where that is, but
So that's going to present a completely different challenge for you.
oh yeah.
So how are you going to be? How are you going to prepare for all the different courses? Have you talked to them about that?
Well, I've played like kind of all over throughout like my junior golfing. So like there's different grass obviously, and just like trees, and there's the Florida golf courses are harder than anywhere else. There's water, out of bounds, trees. They have everything here. Other courses I find to be easier, like in other states.
We got plenty of sand.
Oh yeah.
And alligators.
Yes. So as you're going through all these things for your college level, what's a goal that you have on a personal note for golf?
I'm gonna try and go out there and be the number 1 on that team.
Okay.
I think it's a plausible goal. Like, I think I could do it.
Gives you something to shoot for, right?
Yeah.
Something to work at.
Yeah, over the summer I'll work at it. I played with their number 1 twice now, and I think if I worked, I could get to his level.
So what's his strength, and how are you gonna kind of change what you're doing to match up with him?
I mean, he has a really good short game. He doesn't hit it very far, but he's very consistent with his game.
That may help you too.
Yeah.
Learning some strategies from him.
Yeah.
Consistency is a really good tool, and if you can add your length,
Yep.
hitting the ball 280, that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that the longest you've ever hit 280, or
No,
what's the longest
like
drive you ever had?
I've hit well over 300 yards. Like, I'm not sure how long this is, but 280 is like an average. Like, that's probably like a lower part of my.
Uh-oh. Hang on, guys. Say something?
Should be there.
Video's there, audio's not. CJ, say something? No. The video's here, no audio. Hang on, guys. Oh, back to me. Hello, everybody. Technical difficulties. Hang on a second. Can you hear me? Nope. I hear the plane. Can you hear me? You can hear me. Nope. Almost. I hear the plane. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Nope. Just me. Almost. I hear the plane. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Nope. Just me.